Paige has just spoken out about her potential return. We'll also check out what's going on with Alexa Bliss, a massive update to the WWE Hacker situation, and more. Starting things off with a big throwback to the WWE Hacker story that just got some major reveals due to Ali's new interview with the Wrestling Classic. The WWE Hacker was one of our favorite storylines to cover way back in the days of the Performance Center era in 2020. It was a story that technically began before lockdown started. There was this logo on screen that was popping up on SmackDown, warning everyone of what's coming, and just putting all the fans and superstars on high alert. Someone that was claiming to have a very special message to share. This individual would later pop up in all black hoodie and with her face fully covered, as he sat in a special control room that had dozens of screens that were connected to several different cameras. Not only backstage cameras, but this individual had access to the superstars' personal lives even outside of the WWE shows. He had cameras in their cars, outside, just 24/7 surveillance of every member of Raw and SmackDown. This mysterious star would later be known as the WWE Hacker. If you were around back then, you just know how exciting this story was to cover. Always so much endless possibilities and theories happening with the Hacker. And we were having conversations about what he was up to maybe 2 to 3 times a week, because the conversation was that engaging. Just so much to pull in from there and talk about. The main storyline that the WWE Hacker did get involved with was the entire Mandy Rose and Otis storyline. The Hacker stressed that there were several friends in WWE that were lying and being bad friends to each other, Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville being one of those pairs of friends. According to this new interview from Ali, he said that the plan was originally for the Hacker character to reveal that Dolph Ziggler was not actually interested in being romantically involved with Mandy Rose, that it was Sonya Deville who put Dolph up to it, only so that Mandy could get away from Otis and refocus on capturing the tag team titles with her. Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville did still enter a feud with each other later that summer, but it looks like the Hacker was supposed to play a bigger role in creating that fallout. The WWE Hacker had another big reveal, showing that his room of cameras had grown even larger, but after that, there was nothing. No more teasers, no closure, no anything. The next time that the WWE Hacker character would be brought up again is several months later when Ali was in Retribution, admitting to being the Hacker in a backstage promo, and that was it. Ali says what eliminated the character and persona is the fact that both brands actually wanted the character and story. Ali said there was backstage issues and a power struggle between Raw writers and SmackDown writers, trying to pull the Hacker character to their respective show. And after a while of that struggle going on, the character and story was randomly dropped altogether. That wasn't the only thing Ali revealed though. One of the main theories out there back then was that this was 3 different Hackers, which were Ali, Xavier Woods, and Sasha Banks. That was what the fans always believed, and Ali now revealed that the fans were right about 2 of the 3. When fans started to decode the voice distorted from the message from Ali, he wanted to throw fans off, so they had Xavier Woods record some of the Hacker promos just to mess with the fans and get them off their scent. And then there's a female voice in one of the Hacker messages one day, many believe to be Sasha Banks, but Ali revealed that the female voice actually belonged to his wife. He had his wife record some of the Hacker promos to further mess with fans that were trying to decode everything. Ali even acknowledged the insane theory that CM Punk was behind the Hacker and Retribution group, which was a serious theory back then as well. Ali said he was really trying to add the mystery of who was behind the persona and who it could actually be. But that's actually, unfortunately, when the story discontinued. What happened to the Hacker character and storyline is very unfortunate. The possibilities were literally endless for this character. You could have stuck him anywhere and used it for big twists and reveals. So it sucks how things turned out there, but this was very nice to hear Ali dive back into the lore and explain what happened with that beloved short-lived character from 2020. Saraya, known as Paige in WWE, has been in the headlines for a speculated WWE return ever since she parted ways with AEW. Saraya made her last WWE televised appearance in a very anticlimactic and plain way. She last appeared for WWE in March 2020 via satellite to make an announcement, and that was it. A few years later, and she was informed that her contract would not be renewed, which led to her getting medically cleared and competing in AEW for a bit. But since leaving AEW, the hot conversation around Saraya has been the idea of her stepping foot back inside the WWE ring, especially since she's cleared to compete again. While speaking recently with Orlando Sentinel, Saraya had this to say about a potential return to WWE, quote, "I haven't had a conversation with them. I know I always get tagged in everything. As soon as there's a mystery going around, they're like, hey, she's coming back. But no, I love the WWE, but no. It feels good to take a little break from wrestling and then see the outpouring of love from people saying they want me back. I just want to get my feet wet outside of wrestling for a little bit and take care of myself this year. It's consumed me my whole life. All 32 years of my life has been wrestling. So I just want to find myself a little bit outside of it. And next year, maybe come back." End quote. And Saraya basically echoed the same thing here that she said earlier in the year. She said that she would eventually be interested in a WWE return, but how she wants to at least take a year off to focus on other ventures outside of pro wrestling. That's what she said here again. But you got some fans that can't help but wonder if Saraya could be hiding something there. Because when someone comes out and says they're so locked in and swears they haven't had any conversation with WWE, there's a lot of time where those people aren't telling the full truth. So that's what fans are thinking about right now for her. When it comes to Saraya, it does sound like a WWE return, as Paige is 100% going to happen one day, but that one day will be up to her once she's ready to come back from this wrestling hiatus. Within the WWE storyline world, Charlotte Flair has been very dismissive to Alexa's claims about the two of them being longtime friends. But during a recent outside of character interview with the Bella Twins, Charlotte Flair confirmed that her long history with Alexa Bliss is in fact true. Charlotte confirmed during the interview that she actually has been longtime friends with Alexa Bliss, and how their friendship dates all the way back to their days in NXT together well over 10 years ago. Charlotte says all their other previous encounters with Alexa Bliss in WWE has all been short-term things, such as the Survivor Series matchup and their 2021 matchup, but that this current storyline is much different than those because they're now in a full-length storyline with each other. Charlotte Flair says she's legitimately excited to see where this current storyline goes with Alexa Bliss, and how it's been natural and fun because of their real friendship that actually is in place there. Charlotte says Alexa Bliss and herself do have a lot of chemistry, and that's what's going to make it great. Charlotte also shared a big throwback photo with Alexa Bliss recently as well, confirming her claims that they've been longtime friends. So it's an exciting storyline for the both of them. Fans have been praising the story so far, especially for Charlotte, since it's a big program for her that doesn't involve any of the singles world titles. So fans think it's nice to see Charlotte in a storyline like that. And we'll have to see where this tag team storyline will go next for Alexa and Charlotte. Will they win the tag team gold with each other? Will their friendship implode? Will the Wyatt Six step in at any point? Lots to look forward to there in that story. But what are your thoughts on today's stories? Leave your comments below. Don't forget to subscribe with all notifications on, and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.